Okay, welcome back. The Department of Veterans Affairs firing back, defending its work to fix a broken system. A top VA member testifying to a House panel vowing that the crisis hotline is the strongest that it has ever been.
But given the VA's track record, the question now is it enough? Fox News contributor and U.S. Army veteran Pete Hegseth is joining us now with more and his take on it. How are you doing this morning? Thank you for joining us.
Hey.
And I'll tell you this, the VA crisis hotline has been plagued with problems for a long time. The VA Inspector General came out 2 weeks ago and said that 1/3 of calls to that crisis helpline were still going on hold or rolling over to a backup call center. Now, that's unacceptable, and so this committee grilled the VA just yesterday. The VA now says they've fixed the problem, that everyone is being answered on time, but leading a lot of people, including myself and others who follow this closely, to believe that, hey, the VA is good at covering up metrics or addressing metrics sometimes, but it doesn't mean they've fixed the problem. You don't fix a problem in 2 weeks. There have been other recommendations made about what this hotline can do, none of which have been followed. So temporary fix likely, which is good because calls are being answered, but not a systemic change that the veteran is being treated like a customer like they should be.
Yeah, well, it sounds like, Shulkin, in your opinion, is doing a better job, and he was actually an Obama holdover that I think President Trump approved of and still liked, doing a better job than his predecessor. I can't wrap my mind around a suicide hotline where you have to wait 30 minutes to talk to somebody. I just think that's outrageous, and I think that was up until November, right?
It's absolutely unacceptable. That was up until November, has improved again since. But again, even the training for those on the other end of the line, how many nurses, physicians, mental health care providers are there who are properly trained, and then how long are veterans waiting, which is such a key question. If you call a crisis hotline and you're at that breaking point, or you're a family member who's at that breaking point, you deserve to be answered immediately to someone who's qualified to answer your question. So I agree. Secretary Shulkin has made this a big emphasis, which is part of the reason it's changed. He's also fighting to bring accountability and a changed culture to the department. So hopeful that he's turning a corner. But with the VA, it's always barely trust and definitely verify. They've earned that reputation, and we got to stick with it on this as well.
Well, Pete, let's listen to what he had to say about it, because he does seem to think that it is at least better. Take a listen.
The president has come out and said that he is fully supportive, that we need the ability to be able to act in a way that protects our veterans, and he's fully behind us. We are very serious. We are going to be making very significant changes at the VA, and we are not tolerating employees that deviate from the values of caring for veterans.
All right, so not deviating from those values.
He's right on both of those accounts. The president behind me here has made the VA a focus from the beginning. Secretary Shulkin knows health care and is going to focus like a laser beam on it. The extent to which veterans get real choices and accountability is infused into that department is how we'll be able to judge whether or not they've really turned a corner. But we do know there's a renewed focus.
Yeah, well, we certainly owe that to our veterans, and certainly excited to see some changes there. We do want to give you some time, though, to talk about this Wounded Warrior ride at the White House.
Yeah, very cool event this morning that we're excited to cover on Fox and Friends. We'll be live all 3 hours from the East Room of the White House for the Wounded Warrior Project Soldier Ride, which happens every year, and it's happened at the White House since 2008 with George W. Bush, happened with Barack Obama, and now President Trump is continuing the tradition. A bunch of wounded warriors will be here in the White House with the president, kicking off a 3-day ride, which is part of a healing process. Being with other veterans, as well as physical activity, have proven to be huge reasons how veterans improve when they come back and are managing, say, TBI or post-traumatic stress. The event today raises awareness about those things, helps these particular soldiers, and I know President Trump is always energized in the presence of our nation's heroes. So it'll be a cool 3 hours on Fox and Friends as we're inside the White House with the president and these brave Americans.
Yeah, a couple years ago, I had the honor of actually riding with them. A portion of their ride headed out of Washington, D.C., so it's definitely inspirational for everyone.
Yeah, for everyone involved, no doubt.
All right. Thank you so much, Pete. Appreciate it.
Pete, thanks a lot.